What map was it?
Need to get more snacks, more popcorn, more... What do you like to get on breaks?
Funky.
You like to get funky? I can dig it. Okay. Should we start getting funky right now?
I'm not prepared.
You're not oh, you need preparation. I want to. How do you prepare for this?
It's like a ritual, man. You gotta meditate.
Okay. Do you get like candles and stuff?
Yeah,
okay. Rapha and Zero4 are saving you right now because the game is starting. Arrow Walk is the map, and again, you can take this one away.
Alright, let's check out Rapha from the beginning here. He is 2-1 up in the series. He can take this down here and avoid a tiebreaker match. But Zero4 with the LG straight away. We've got some big conflicts off the beginning. And the LG from Zero4, he is going to get the first frag here on Airwalk. And again, this is very important. He needs to win this to stay in the tournament. Oh wow, the engine. What the hell just happened? Rapha with plus backing with the machine gun and then switches over. I think Zero4 just got fooled quite ridiculously. But he's flying back in for another one. Crazy stuff right here, dude.
Yeah, quick 2-1 in the first 30 seconds. And this is match point for Rapha indeed. And I think that it's going to be very interesting to see how good he is here. He's hitting some shots there. And Zero4 with no health left. Oh, is he going to get him before he gets the Mega? He does, in fact, do so. And grabs that Mega. Red in 8 seconds. Finds Zero4 again off the spawn. Rapha making some nice work here towards getting control, but it remains to be seen whether or not that will happen, and he's going to get railed, and all of a sudden the control is meaningless because Zero4's got that damage output. He's got those angles onto Rapha that Rapha's unable to respond with any damage. There's a nice rocket from Rapha with the Mega. I think the next big item to worry about, but there comes Zero4 at the top area through the rocket with that shaft, and unfortunately he's not going to be quite good enough just there to take down Rapha.
That wasn't good timing because Rapha, he steals away the Mega health and he's going to get the red as well. If he just hung back, he could have at least taken one of the major items. Rapha's stringing together a couple of frags now, but he is weak. Zero4 at least hasn't been lazy in dealing the damage. He is putting pressure on. There's some nice rails as well here from Zero4.
Yeah, if Rapha can delay Zero4 now with some railing, being annoying here, if he can delay the red pickup, then that's going to be really good. He can fall back onto that Mega, but actually Zero4 dropping down, just going up the stairs. Rapha doesn't care, and there's Zero4 taking a lot of damage, and that rocket from Rapha is going to be more than enough to take down Zero4, and Zero4 gets that red, but I mean, how is he going to be able to get away? How will Rapha deal with this situation? Because right now Zero4 is in not the best of positions. There's only one weapon, the LG, but it seems like the LG is good enough as Rapha does get taken down, electrocuted.
Yeah, one self. He had left lightning gun, but Rapha going down the steps is going to take him out once more. Zero4 not able to hold on to that swing at all for very long. And there is a red armor up here. Who's going to be able to get it? Zero4 again with the LG. It's just back and forth with those lightning gun fights. It's got to be quick here for Mega Health. He needs it, but Rapha's moving forward. This is a crazy move to make. He could have secured maybe the Mega Health for himself. But Zero4 is got it. And look at this stack.
Look at it. Look at it in all of its majesty, just sitting there so enormous, and Zero4 really needs to turn this into some frags. And there's Rapha again. We see him be so annoying with those rails. He really knows how to deal the damage and avoid it when he's in that position where he absolutely just can't take any damage himself. Like, he needs to avoid it, but Rapha is so good at reading those situations. Where is Zero4 going to attack from? But he moves in with the rocket, and Rapha's not able to delay that inevitability of his own demise there for any longer, and he does get taken out, and Zero4 does get rewarded with that Mega. And Rapha again, he's got that rocket, he's got that LG. Can he defend this? Zero4 comes up the stairs with his shaft out. Rapha dealing damage with the rocket. 18 HP remains.
That last rocket at the end from Rapha was really critical, I think. He'd be very careful. He doesn't manage to get in the last bit of shotgun work, and Zero4 is going to take the lead here on Arrow Walk. A nice rail. He needs help real bad. There's the bubble. That's going to save him for a bit longer from that machine gun. Looking for those angles, but not quite able to get it.
Wow.
Nice stuff.
Gets him, and that's a 2-frag lead for Zero4. Mega on the podium, if you would like to call it that. And Rapha just walking up to it. Zero4's like, sure, take the Mega. I've got 18 health. I don't care. I'll just deal the damage. And nice. He managed to get the kill. And Rapha going in aggressively. Maybe didn't read Zero4's position well, but manages to save himself. Gets the 2 rails in a row. It's set himself up for maybe a quick follow-up frag off the spawn if he can get a nice one and get the weapons he needs. And Zero4, I mean, we've got the red spawning next, and that's what he's got his eyes set on. But what is Rapha going to do to try and stop him here? Coming through that choke point with that shaft isn't going to be a good option.
Yeah, Zero4's got to be quick here. Mega health is up in just a moment, but Rapha's up at the top and he wants to do the damage there. Look at the shotgun work. Zero4 got pretty dangerously low, but he's got items to fall back on, so he can breathe a sigh of relief once again. Is he starting to run away with this? It's a 6 frag difference now. Zero4 is looking extremely strong here on Aerowalk.
Yeah, he's actually hitting a lot less as well than against all the other opponents. Not looking as confident as he was against some of the people who are not Rapha caliber. But I mean, that's to be expected. And here we go, Rapha coming in again. He needs to get this lead back, and he needs to work on it now. I mean, it's 5 minutes and there's 7 frags difference. Rapha coming in with the close range rockets, and Zero4 should be able to get this mega, but at what cost? There's the cost. The rail, the 80 damage, the slug connecting there, and now it's about the red. What Rapha has to pressure. He's got to keep pressure. He's got to keep this up. He cannot let Zero4 get stuffed for free.
There's no rail on the X. There's Rapha hiding. He's plotting some special plan to eliminate Zero4 very soon. He's going to need to definitely be thinking about that. There's a nice rocket trap, yeah, but not going to work. Zero4 has spotted what he was up to. Mega health up soon. You know, Rapha could back off and he maybe be able to get himself a red armor if he kind of holds, if he just holds back position. And yeah, he does get it. So, you know, 100 free armor, that looks good. And if he has the health bubbles as well, then he could do some damage very soon. Zero4 hasn't got this secured. Indeed
he could, and Zero4 though, I mean, so far he's been pretty solid overall, and Rapha hasn't been connecting enough. And he's made himself some good opportunities to get that follow-up kill and switch things around for himself, because really you make the most frags after that clean kill, after you get those your opponents spawning off fresh off the spawn. That's when he is most, when you're going to get the most frags. But as soon as he survives and gets a few weapons, then it can be difficult, and that's the situation right now. You know, Rapha can run around, he's got a few weapons to work with. Zero4 might have the stack, but how can Rapha play this? He's got a good position now, and Zero4, 200 armor, but again Rapha with the damage, but the drop down isn't going to be good because he takes a free 80 there.
Yeah, it looks like Zero4's really trying to slow the pace of the game down. I mean, we saw over 20 frags in the first 5.5 minutes, and now Zero4's really kind of toned the pace. He wants to keep this lead. He doesn't want to have constant fights all the time. In fact, the fewer fights, the better for him now. And Rapha stealing away the mega, doing some damage, but I don't think it was enough for DK. Zero4 still looks pretty tight here.
He does indeed, and red is spawning in 10 seconds, and he's got more than enough to try and base sneaking around him. He's trying to intercept Rapha, predicting that Rapha's going to go that upper route, and it's waiting there for him. He doesn't care, he can leave the red up. And here comes Rapha up the stairs. Great read by Rapha to take this one, and you can see how close it was. 28 health remaining for Zero4, and Rapha with 1 HP now on his opponent. Anything will kill Zero4 right now, absolutely anything. But does Rapha know?
There's a 25 HP bubble there. He's just, what is he doing here? This is cocky. He could have picked it up, but he chose not to. There's that yellow armor behind. This will stop him from being available for the time being, and he might let Rapha even take this red armor. So I think we might be coming up to one of the last opportunities Rapha's going to have to really come back in this error war. And here he is, chasing up in the top section, needs to get the damage on, but Zero4 being ever evasive on the jump of the rockets, and Rapha is going to take him out, but it cost a lot.
Yeah, he's going to have 4 frags a minute now, 8 frags until he gets a lot of stuff connected onto Zero4, but Zero4 retreating back to the safety of those double 25s at that red area, and not going to let himself get fragged too easily. If he can just delay it as long as possible, that'll be good, but he gets the pick up on the red, and actually Rapha missing that mega is going to almost cost him his life, and he doesn't really have much in the way of a stack as an advantage, so he's got to find a good fight, but Zero4 is just playing with his opponent now, because those rails, I mean, it looked like Rapha had no response.
Yeah, nothing whatsoever. And Zero4 running circles around him at the time being. Rapha, though, he does drop down by the LG ammo. Zero4 being careful, but he's going to get this free red armor, and everything's suddenly magically better for Zero4. And he even gets the frag to top it off.
And I mean, he had to win this one. It was match point, as you so rightly pointed out. And had he not won this, Rapha would have been crowned. And that's not what Zero4 wants. He wants the crown for himself. He wants that $100 first prize.
Yeah, there is no runner-up prize in this tournament. And Rapha going for the gauntlet and doing some damage. But not enough. There's the rocket, so it did all add up in the end. And off this spawn, Zero4 could get the kill of the MG, but nice a couple of rails there by Rapha. He really needs to get some health. And there are no bubbles that he can find. There's one here, and he is able to pick it up. The rail's not going to be able to finish it, and there it is. Rapha picks up one more, but I think it's going to be to no avail, as he is not going to have enough time on the clock to properly secure himself, well, the ability to tie the game out.
Indeed, in these closing 20 seconds, I'm thinking about what the next match could be.
I really want Game 13.
You really want Lost World, so a Lost World, I agree, would be pretty nice. Yeah, I mean, I think Rapha is a definite favorite on Lost World. I mean, it's really a staple of his, I think, because you know, he's such a good, a very calculating player, very good at making those reads, making those, you know, those good calculations on how to take engagement positionally. I mean, it's a very positional map, so that's definitely a strength that he has to work with if it does go to Lost World. So looking forward to that potential. It is.
What we're going to see.
It's okay.
Alternatively, it could be Toxicity or Furious Heights. Oh, we
Lost
are
World indeed.
Yes. I was looking forward to that.
A good way to close this one out, because you know it's.
Are we going to see a typical